Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome to our weekend Q&A. Sorry I'm running a little bit late today. And just make sure I get everything turned on and then we will get started. If you have any questions, you can type them there in the box. I don't really have a lot I'm going to cover. I will talk about a few things, but not much. We'll just talk a little bit about the PLR. We'll talk about Skool, and I'll take any questions that you might have in terms of your PLR. And we just released Scale with Skool today, and Scale with Skool is really about the Skool community, online community platform. And it's an interesting platform. I was really investigating not just for the sake of the PLR, but also to try to determine if that's where we want to build the Ultimate Insider community. And I have probably a few thoughts about the platform. Probably won't be doing the Insider platform there. And there are some reasons why that is. I recently left Circle, as you know, and I was just a little weary of just a few things about Circle. I've not really found that the platform at Teachable really met the criteria that I wanted, and it didn't really even work for us insiders. And so I won't be doing the Teachable one. I won't be doing this one. I don't think I'll tell you why that is here in this session. Once again, if you have any questions about either the PLR or about Skool or about building an online community, please write it there in the box. I know a number of you all, you're probably building on Facebook, and if you've got a good community on Facebook already, you shouldn't change that just because I don't like Facebook. But so let's get into Skool. So if you haven't picked up our new PLR, you can pick it up at the plrshow.com/SWSL, or during the launch, it's available at the plrshow.com/new, right? So you can get it there. And so let's dive in. So let's talk about online community for a little bit. And Skool is what I call a community adjacent platform. In other words, inside the platform or on the first page, they will make your community more visible to other people that may want a community. And so what they're trying to do is to make the platform a destination. And so that you will get some visitors who want to be part of a community, who will come to Skool, who will search, or who will find you in search, or will find you as in addition to other communities, and then want to become part of yours. It is probably a medium step for people um, who really want to move away from Facebook. So for those of us who've been in the game, and if you have followed our work, Roland and my last work, you probably have realized we did Circle, and that was probably a bigger break from a bigger break from Facebook. So in other words, there was no when you came to Circle, I mean, we rebranded it with our domain name. And so you were really not there adjacent to other communities. And if I have a beef with any of these platforms that are like that, it is that I don't necessarily, most of the people that we talk to as Ultimate Insiders, you're looking to brand their own community. And Facebook is a big enough distraction. I would not necessarily want to bring someone to a platform that is, let's say, adjacent to another platform. Now, I didn't go the full paid route, where you could probably rebrand the URL, but it's still a Skool domain name. And as far as I know, I don't think that there are custom domains. I'll verify that. If you really want to know and you're thinking about, well, I don't know if I want to invest yet, please, if you write me, then I will go and I'll do the extra legwork to find out if there's a custom domain, because that's probably my biggest beef with this particular platform is that it's community adjacent. It's adjacent to other communities and it's on the school domain, right? And so if I have any reservation, because it's a fantastic program, it's got star power and it's got Alex Harmozy. Now, I'm not a big follower of Alex Harmozy or Sam Ovens, but they've got huge followings. You may follow their work and you may be familiar with their work, and they bring excitement because of their name. And I think that they're doing some things to try to teach people how to attract an audience to the platform based on their brand. And I see people building huge communities there. And so it's a successful platform in and of itself. I think that my beef with it is probably just being a PLR creator and it has a specific niche and as a niche marketer, I don't necessarily want to broaden the niche on the platform, right? If I have to broaden my niche, I'd rather broaden myself. I don't want the platform to broaden it. So it's a community adjacent. Um, their integrations and they're building a lot of features into the platform as we speak. So I'm looking at the community every single week. I think it's the developers along with Sam Ovens and Alex Hermosi. They're taking what was a pretty much a bare bones platform and they're adding in those things that people would need in order to market the platform. So where it is today, it will not be the same place and the same platform in the future unless they decide they're not making money from it. And I think they're making money from the platform, and I think they'll make it they'll make it grow. There's some things that I think they've got to fix, and I've got one thing has got to be custom domain, but apart from that, they've got a growing asset. If you're going to do integrations, and there are some reasons to do integrations, and I had to take some time to explain integrations in the upgrade course because they didn't really fit in the front end course because you're going to have to use Zapier. There is a case where you can use Pabbly. There is a person who figured out how to get Pabbly to work. It is not necessarily fully supported by Skool. Skool officially supports the use of Zapier. And so as of right now, that's the only integration platform that works with Skool. And I'd explain that in detail in the upgrade course, how to use it, what you can do with it. So for example, you have somebody join your Skool community, and let's say I use Aweber. I would want to put that person and add that person to an already existing list. Well, you have to integrate that portion, and there's a way to do that at the very beginning of the process. So integrations are there, and they do work, right? Again, they're building those features every day with Skool. One thing that I will tell you is that if you're going to build a paid course there, the transaction costs are very low, and you're going to do it through Skype. I think they're charging 2.9 cents, which is pretty low. And you're basically building one community. And while that seems a little limiting, I do actually like that for the money. Now, there are ways to tier it. When I say tier, put people on tiers, there are ways to put people in groups and categories. Now, currently, the way to put people in groups and categories is a course, but those courses don't have discussion in the course. So there's one discussion for your entire group. So if you want to have one discussion, and for me, let's say I wanted to have a discussion with not only the insiders, but I wanted to have discussion with the broader PLR show community, I would then be able to have that discussion in one place. So as of right now, and I would imagine they're going to build it so that you can siphon off or section off areas of the conversation. Now you can do that in the platform, but it's still going to all happen within one conversation. One of the things I like that they have is a calendar where you've got a calendar of events. Now I know that you can do that within the Ultimate Insider platform or the Go High Level Sub Account platform. It does take a little more work to do it there. They've got it integrated very nicely. I don't know that that's a particular addition that either Alex Hermosi or Sam Ovens added, but it is a feature, and it's a good feature that they've got there. But you can build one community and multiple courses in that community, and your discussion takes place in one part of the community, right? So that's what Skool is, and you'll see that in the course. And in the basic course, you'll see that that's pretty much where you look. And as of right now, that part of their community looks very similar to the one. So if you're already an Ultimate Insider and you've already got um, the community building platform in your Go High Level sub account that we give you, then I don't know that you need to go out and pay $99. I'm not gonna get it for the Ultimate Insiders. And I don't necessarily think that if you've already got a community, I think that the two are on level. So I hope that's not that sounds not disparaging of Skool, because I like Skool, and again, it has star power. It just really depends on the people that you're trying to attract and what you want to do with community as part of your business. And as I said, some people are going to not want to leave Facebook to become part of a community, and not because they don't like you or they don't like online communities. It's just because of the habit. I was talking to my friend about, just about the fact that a lot of discussion that used to happen within information marketers, where we used to review products and we used to review each other, and new people could go to one place and get one set of advice, and that if somebody was giving you bad advice, someone could come in behind you and say that's bad advice, and so there was really only one place where that took place. As I understand it, I think Craig Crawford is attempting to bring something like that back. I don't know when he's going to release that. It's a very difficult way to run a business. And the gentleman that ran it, I think he ran it for a long time, and I don't know that he got rich doing it. And he had to have a lot of moderators, so it was kind of a difficult way to run a community. But I would say that that was a really good time for the internet marketing community. And so a lot of what you see today, where you've got everybody's got their sort of little bitty, their own individual fiefdom, so to speak, and people are launching products that are just absolute dogs and that don't serve anybody. Well, they didn't get away with that. A lot of that would really be curbed. And I told my friend when I talk about this, I always sound like Clint Eastwood, right? Get off my lawn. All right, let's go back to the old days. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that having a centralized community, that's really everything that you see right now happening in JVZoo Warrior Plus was built on that foundation. It was built on the foundation that people were coming to the industry when it was fairly new, and that people were looking to help new people, and that if something was not right, it could be spoken to by somebody who actually bought the product, right? So that's neither here nor there. So anyway, people will come to to your platform, the Skool platform, just because they have love for Sam Ovens and Alex Harbozi, and they've got huge followings. So some people are going to trust that platform. They will leave Facebook and start there, and you could benefit from that. If you want to start there, your customer could benefit from that if they start there. And so again, as a PLR user, you're teaching people. So not everything is going to be based on what you want to do. A lot of this is going to be based on what your customer wants to do. And some of your customers are going to go to the platform because of Sam Ovens and Alex Hermosi, and you might not have any love for them, right? You may not even heard of them. But that doesn't really mean anything, as I have often said. Doesn't mean anything if I dislike something, right? For example, I know I've got to teach Facebook even though I don't like it because you like it. So it's not about me. And the same thing is going to be true with Skool. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like the platform. You don't have to believe in the platform, but you got to teach the platform if you're going to be a coach, right? If you're going to guide people through platforms and you're going to be a teacher, well, you've got to learn this platform and you've got to teach it because people are going there, right? So again, it's not necessarily about you. When you're building out a learning center, and you're building a place where people can go and get and find a reference, and they can go and they can watch a number of different videos on a number of topics. Well, you can't put all your favorite topics there. You got to put the things in there that you know people are going to be into, and they're going to look and research what they want to know. And so that's where Skool kind of falls in this. I'm not going to use it myself for the Ultimate Insiders. I'm not even going to recommend that Ultimate Insiders use the platform because they've already got one along in the Insider platform or the Go High Level sub account that I give them. I think though that if you don't have a community and you're looking for an easy to use platform, it's good enough and it's easy enough. Now, right now, the platform does not host your videos, so you're not going to upload your videos there and stream them. You're going to have to pull them in from YouTube or Vimeo, and I'm not necessarily, I'm not a big fan of that, right? And again, I mean, honestly, I mean, some of you all have something like System.io, and you host your videos there, and you're building a community there. Some of you all have a sub account, and you're hosting videos there. So if I were to weigh some of the things, setting up a payment is very easy to get a customer and get them paying you monthly in that platform. That is what it's good for. And one way around that, which is what I explained in the upgrade, is you can bring somebody into your free or paid community and you can give them access to your platform that's elsewhere, right? Where you do stream videos. So if you like Skool, when you watch, let's say you watch the course and you like it, and that's all that really matters is, you like it and you like it for your customers, then you could, and you don't mind the fee. Well, you pay the fee and you do what I taught in the upgrade, which is you bring in the other platform as an integration, right? So again, I mean, the cost is $99 a monthly. You can offset some of that if you get other people to become part of the platform. So their affiliate program for the platform is a little easier than other platforms. I've always found circles to be a little clunky. I did see a few commissions that came as a result of that, but that $99 is offsettable if you get people. Now, a number of you already have a business model where you train people and you teach people and you get that back through affiliate commissions. Well, this might benefit you, right? Teaching people about Skool. And again, I would get the upgraded version because those videos had unrestricted rights. You could use those on the YouTube channel. You could sell people the rights to those. But mostly, the real benefit to them is that you could very easily use them in order to sell the affiliate program for Skool. Because again, some people are going to like the platform just because it's Hermosi and Sam Ovens. And so their affiliate program is really for that platform. Now they don't have a platform for you to sell your group. So that's not the affiliate program, just so you'll know. So if you're looking for a platform where you can sell your group, well, that is part of the Ultimate Insider platform. It is part of the Go High Level sub account. That is part of some of the other platforms, but it's kind of an advanced, a concept. After 15 years, I don't really even run my own affiliate program. I know a lot of people do. I prefer not to want to be in the middle of an affiliate and their money. That's just a preference. I know a number of people who doing it. I think Alice does her own, and although interestingly, Alice just did a big launch over on Warrior Plus, and I think that a lot of what that is, the affiliate managing affiliates. And and some of you all might disagree if you run your own affiliate program. I don't want to be the one hitting the button to pay people. And so not having to do that, not having to fool around with it, not having to worry about it. The affiliates go into Warrior Plus and they see what they're making. I know there are all kinds of problems with the platform and what people launch there, and people say it's a bad neighborhood and a bunch of other stuff. But to manage affiliates as an online marketer, Warrior Plus is there's nothing I've found easier. Maybe JVZoo, maybe ClickBank, not, but they don't really, to me, show the level of transparency and the statistics that Warrior Plus does. So all that is to say that the Skool affiliate program is for you to bring new customers to Skool, not necessarily new customer for you to get other people to bring new customers to you. So and maybe they're building that so that you can have an affiliate program as part of their school. I would bet they're doing that. I didn't read their notes that extensively about this, but that's got to be a place where they're going to go. So again, you're not you're not recruiting affiliates for your community, right? You're not if you give people your referral link, what's going to happen is that they're going to get commission for Skool if they decide to build their own community. And in order to run a community, you need to get good at group dynamics. You need to be good at leading online communities. It's not an easy thing. There are some tools that you could use. When I say tools, I mean strategies that are, I wouldn't say they're not business opportunity strategies. I mean, really trying to help people to change their lives. If you really want to get good at that and you really want to study that, well, that takes a little work. Now, I know that people run communities. I think I see a lot of people, writing on it and talking about it. But again, a marketer's going to marketer, right? A marketer's going to market. And I've seen a lot of discussion about marketing communities. But if you want to dive deep into understanding what it means to really, right, to really help people to change their life through an online community, I don't have it written here in the in my presentation, but if you look up the term, I'll give you the term. It's called online communities of practice. That is the academic term. That is the professional term. If you look at the research about that, there are things about running an online community of practice, and I think you can understand what it means just by saying that. It's a place where people get together to get better at something, right? A practice, and the the actual model was first kind of formed by teachers, but this is before social media. And just to give you a little history lesson, from my vantage point, you probably know that back in 2000, early 2000s, both Laurel and I, we attempted to do a doctoral program. We got all the way to the end of the program, finished the program, finished comprehensive exams, and then that's when our employer unceremoniously, I'm not sure if I asked to be, I'm not sure if I quit or they fired me, but we left, and that was the end of the doctoral program. Right. So it was kind of a weird thing. But anyways, so I did study online communities of practice at this time. And interestingly, that was before social media. Fast forward now that we had, people start groups and Facebook groups, and people opt for those groups. And I think then there have been groups where people have really developed bonds of camaraderie. I will say that from what I see, at least even in our space, it is very difficult to learn something from that community. Very difficult to actually learn something actionable. It's just the nature of social media. And I'm not saying anything about anybody that runs a Facebook community. It's very difficult to learn something. I'm not saying it's not difficult to have discussion. I'm not saying it's not difficult to have to become aware of different things. It's difficult to cognitively learn something that you can take and put in your business. And the reason for that is distraction. And so that's the only reason why, and that's one of the reasons why some people are opting to leave community and go to these online communities, because they like being in a group. And I think people want to be in a group. People want to connect with each other. I think we're at a stage right now, the market is matured. We're kind of over social media a little bit. And would you say, I mean, I think people are getting over social media. I think people go there out of habit. I think that people go to social media groups because that's what they know to do and because it's easy. I don't know that and again, I'm generalizing. Understand that. I don't know that people go there because they want to go there to learn something and they want to be there involved with people. I think that, okay, well, this guy's got this group here. I go there because I am there. I'm not sure if it's a destination. And so I think the challenge is going to be to develop a destination. And people, if you're going to run an online business and have an online brand, is to have a destination and to develop a community of practice, right? A place where you got this niche. It could be woodworking. Let's say within our online space, let's say it's a specific kind of affiliate marketing. For example, those of you who do Amazon FBA, there's a gentleman, his name is Jim Cockrum. He runs, it's a huge Facebook group. I think like 11,000 people there, or probably more than that. And it's a viable community of practice. And so he has developed a culture of people who are helpful. I have seen though that it tends toward distraction, right? Even that one. I'm in that group, not because I'm into, I think I bought that course years ago and not that I've done anything with it. That could be something I could do in the future, but um it's a difficult thing to build those communities online. And so Sharon is written in, she said it's hard work to keep people engaged. Yeah. Um, her words, not mine. Her Sharon's words, not mine. Teaching on Facebook is insane. I I think, yeah, and I understand that, right? And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. And it has nothing to do with the subject matter. Whatever the subject matter is, I think people want to learn. It's just hard to break the habit of people have had Facebook on their phone for a long time. They go into it. They're there, but you're there with everybody else. And again, that's my only beef with Skool is that you're there with everybody else. You're there with other communities. And if you want to keep people from being distracted, the what you what we there's got to be a way, and what we've got to be good at is bringing people from those communities into a community and then taking that level of engagement and effort to make that happen, right? And I think that that is the challenge for all online marketers, for all people who are trying to help people to learn from each other online. Let me see. There's a comment here before Sharon's. Okay, so Hal says, I'm trying to pick a good platform for a coaching membership. Was going to Google Suite. Google Suite Plat can be used for paid membership sites. Yeah, I mean you can use it for a paid membership site. I mean you can use any of the PLR for a paid membership site. I would say that if you're an Ultimate Insider, I would definitely try the Ultimate Insider platform first. And again, it's not for the technical. It's not for the faint of heart. I started the process last week of doing videos. So the first 40 videos are done, and I'm going to continue to do those videos. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cover questions about questions that would not go in a course, and I'll try to put those things on YouTube. So if you have questions about those things, something you want to see me cover in a YouTube video, I'll put that on. I'll put that on YouTube. I'll also add it to a future GHL sub account course. I just did volume 1 of that last week. Obviously, I've got to do volume 2, and so I will be doing those courses kind of ongoing through 2024. So kind of getting back to this, I said that you need to be good at group dynamics. Let me see, how do you, okay, let me see. So Hal's question is Skool PLR Insider for Ultimate Insider members? It is at a discount. So if you look at my Ultimate Insider newsletter email today, Hal, you'll see that the insider discount, and you can get that at 50% off what everybody else is paying. Hal says, I don't like the Facebook platform either. My other coach loves Facebook to teach on, but Facebook is way too distracting. As I said, here's what, and again, I will, here's what happened, and not everybody was on the Warrior Forum, but people use it as a default. And so a lot of information marketers, as you know, you're probably in the camp too. We don't do just one product, but it started out as, well, I have a product, and one of the ways in which I get people engaged about that product is to have a Facebook group. Well, what happens then when you do a second product that's not necessarily fully related? Well, then you got a bunch of people in there. You got some people who are talking about, let's just say, for the sake of example, you do an affiliate marketing program, and then you got people in there for affiliate marketing, and they're there, they're chatting, they're getting there, and then you do something on PLR, and you say, well, I don't want to start a second group because that'd be insane, as Sharon said, to try to start running a separate group and to teach those people over there. So what people did and what people do, what do they do? And you've experienced this problem. They put them all in one group. And so that's and it's just it's good for the person running the group. It's not good for the people who are in the group. And so people do get to interact with each other. I don't know, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I've been in, and again, great. I think they're entertaining. I think they're engaging. I think they keep us from being bored. I don't know that you learn anything. I, I'm not convinced that what's happening there is learning to the point where you take something and put it in your business and you apply it. I'm not convinced of that happens on social media. I'm not convinced it can happen on social media. So, and I could get into why I think that, but that be beyond the scope of this session. Um, yeah, Hal. Yeah, I mean, I think that if you go through the Video Academy Boss videos, there are a lot of videos in there, and I think you just kind of put something in there, put something up for sale, right? Just put something up for sale, and that's the best way to learn something, right? Best way to launch something. In fact, and I'm gonna have to cover this. I probably will cover this soon. I noticed that Warrior Plus has a direct membership integration with High Level. I don't know what that means yet. It could mean a Go High Level sub account. It could mean the Go High Level platform. It would be kind of silly for it to just be the Go High Level platform. So I think what it is it means it's they have an integration with a Go High Level sub account. If that's the case, right, you could upload your videos to your Go High Level platform. I mean, and then you could sell in Warrior Plus. I think that's ideal because, as I said, of all the affiliate platforms, and again, a lot of people, some people are doing iDev affiliate, some people are doing other platforms. I think Alice does a member in one life, but she just did Warrior Plus in another life. I think that in the MMO space, if you are going to have an affiliate program, if you are going to do a launch and recruit affiliates, I have not seen anything that's even close to being as easy. Maybe with the exception of maybe JVZoo comes close. Maybe JVZoo comes close, but I haven't seen anything that's as easy to operate, easy for other people to get paid and trust the platform. Because when you launch a product and you're getting affiliates involved, it's not just that the affiliates are excited about it. They've got to they've got to trust it enough so that it's worth their time to do, and they don't have to fight to get the money. So they don't have to ask you about it. They don't have to wait for you to send it. They don't have to invoice you. It's there. They've got it covered if you don't have, let's say, PayPal. They've got it covered. And so is it perfect? No. It is the easiest to get affiliates involved. And so again, in the make money online space, if you're trying to do anything, you're probably going to do that with affiliates. And I'm not trying to sell you on Warrior Plus. So please, so don't say, well, Charles told me to get on Warrior Plus. It's a bunch of, no good. Yeah. I'm not trying to sell you on that. I'm just saying what I found to be true. And I would not tell you to run your business differently. You've got to run your business in a way so that the people who are coming to buy from you, they trust the buy button. So if your customers are trusting the buy button and you're putting them in front of them, it's now Warrior Plus. You got to use that. If you can't get affiliates, you got to get your affiliates to trust that process that you're using, that they're going to get paid. That they go through the effort of mailing for you, that whatever they're seeing in there, that is right, they're seeing the right statistics, they're seeing their effort, and you're going to see to it that they get paid as a vendor. Let me see. And again, I think I said this. I just put this, wrote this up. A lot of the features that are available in Skool, they are available in the Ultimate Insider platform. Not hating. I'm not trying to. I'm just. They just are at this point. Right now, again, the sub accounts don't have Sam Ovens or Alex Hermosi. Right, regardless of who you got it from. And there's a lot of attention to go high level, but as I explained in the last PLR, there are different ways to look at go high level. If you're running an agency, that's where most of the attention is, because it's really made for an agency. Every agency owner can then give people a sub account. I'm giving people who are Ultimate Insiders a sub account. I'm technically an agency owner without wanting to run an agency. You might say I run a PLR user agency if you want to say anything. And so I serve as an agency with Go High Level. Unfortunately, um, there were some things I had to have custom programmed, and I couldn't program at the lower level, right? So just so you'll know. So in other words, when we talk about communities, a lot of those features are already available in the Ultimate Insider platform, which is the Go High Level sub account. So if you already got that, I would again test that out with your customers. And I think that there's nothing wrong with testing out a platform. If you're an Ultimate Insider, you know I've already tested out at least two platforms. Um, Circle I sort of liked, but I didn't like the way I started it. And by the time I started it wrong. And so there were some people who were Ultimate Insiders. They were sort of in one place. There was the community, and I just didn't do it right from the start, and it was kind of hard to rein it in. So eventually, I just walked away from that and said, okay, well, let's try this over in Teachable's community. And that was just a bomb, right? It didn't even work right. I'm not sure if it still works right. And we never did really get any traction. And I'm over it. I'm over it, and I didn't really even start with it, right? It just never did get off to a good start. So I'm looking for one right now. And could I use the Ultimate Insider platform? I could do that. I was thinking of doing that so that it would be an example to you as to how you would do it. And if you look at it, it's very similar looking, right, to schools. I'm not sure if that's what they were going for. I'm not sure if they were trying to do that. It's just the way it happened. Um, so in terms of using the PLR, the platform is popular, right? There are a lot of people to teach, right? A lot of people to teach how to use it, how to build a community, how to participate in the community. There are a lot of things, right? There are a lot of people who are coming to the platform. It is a growing thing. So you can have it in your learning library, you can have it in your learning center. You can also sell it on the front end, right? And you can make it available to people. And again, now that course was taught semi-evergreen, right? So you will hear me use the phrase a lot in a course as of the recording of this video. And so that is so that you can have what I call plausible deniability. I do that so that for your sake, so that people know I'm giving a disclaimer. I'm not, I'm saying that they may be watching this in 2026, which I hope that, just depending on when they come to your learning center, they could be watching the course in 2026. They say, well, that's not how it looks today. I take a number of opportunities throughout a course to say, this is what it is today when I'm recording this. It may look different by the time you get it. Right? If you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this, you may be watching something entirely different. And so I do try to state that throughout the course as we are, as I progress through it. Point of it is there are a lot of people who are wanting their own community, wanting to be involved in the community. They don't know how to break the habit of Facebook. And some people overcome that irrationally, right? Some people left Facebook to go to community because of Alex Hermosi and Sam Ovens. You might say, well, that's kind of silly to just kind of go just based on two people. Let's say it's not, right? It's just irrational. But if that's what it takes to break the Facebook habit, most people understand that they're goofing off on Facebook. Most of us understand that, right? When we're goofing off, a lot of us understand how, and as Sharon was saying, how really hard it is to keep people engaged because the same people that we're trying to engage, they are super distracted when they're on Facebook, and it's the nature of Facebook. It's not the nature of them. It's not the nature of the people. I mean, most of the people that you attract are probably good people, and they probably have a mission they're trying to accomplish. It's just the nature of the platform is to distract you and keep you there, right? Okay. Obviously, the best way to get all of our content and all of our training is to become an ultimate insider. You can do that at the ultimate at plrshow.com/insiders, right? That's where you can do that. And again, our most recent PLR is Scale with Skool. So if you are training people on how to use Skool, you can pick that course up at the plrshow.com/SWSL. I encourage you to get the resale rate or the unrestricted rights upgrade, right? Give you a lot of options, and I talk about integrations in there. And that's an advanced concept. It's very important to teach your customer that also. And you get that at the plrshow.com/new. Right? Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions? Oh yeah, you're welcome, Linda. Well, everybody, for those of you who celebrate Easter, I hope that you all have a happy Easter. Um, direct import codes. Okay, for this course, for the Skool course, I'm putting them in for a number of them. Let's see if you go on the dashboard, Sharon, of the platform, and you see where it says direct installation. If you log into Harper to the Insider platform, you'll see on the left side menu the ones that are available. Right. So just look to the left side menu. You click on that link. It'll say direct installation. Right. Yep. Yep. No problem. Okay. Any other questions? Again, those of you who celebrate, I hope that you all have a happy Easter. Hope that you have some family time. Tomorrow, I will be going to church. Yep. Thank you, Dana. And hope that we will talk to you soon on the other side. So have a great night, a great weekend, and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care. Hey, Dr. Sunday. I haven't seen you for a little bit. Good to see you.